And we on. Salute, fam. Big boy, Eric R. Salute. What's good, fam? I think I pinned the link in the chat. Let me go make sure. Yep. Running a little late, man. Running a little late around here. But what's good, everybody? The results ain't came up yet because we still got the fight on Tuesday. We got it Illinois versus Fulton. And right after that fight, we should be getting the results in. But I'm rooting for Fulton out there in opposition territory, fighting out there in Japan. It's gonna be at 4:30 in the morning, I believe. They already he got his team already posted something about some gloves. Winston Lee, salute, bro, saying that the gloves been tampered with. They supposed to be sealed. They showed up, retaped and shit. Supposedly. Napoleon Armstrong, salute, bro. Napoleon, he said Dr. Soapy, salute, bro. What's happening? Joseph Brown on the building, salute. I posted a link in the chat. Anybody want to jump on? But I don't know how true it is, but there's drama going on, especially with it. I am man, salute. What's good, sis? I don't know how true it is. They already talking about the stack hand wraps. And Noe replies, say his rules, his country, his rules, or some shit like that. So I don't know what's going on with that. Damn, hold on. Yeah, excuse me, y'all. Phone call, Lil Rock, salute. Man, I said we've been 2 years or so waiting for Bud whoop that ass, and vice versa, huh? Hey, that's a fact though. Hey, we here now. Somebody gonna get a big old plate of crow. Big old plate of crow. Eric R said, "What's good, Marlo? You locked in with me, bro? Cool boy, yeah, we locked in. We locked in. I'm taking Cool Boy by majority, even though he might get robbed. But you know, I don't know. I seen West take some hell of a shots. Look, bro. I seen
Salute.
I seen the Noy take some hell of a shots. So I wouldn't put it place the bet on my pick on Cool Boy stopping him. I'm not saying it ain't possible, but yeah, I got a Cool Boy by majority or unanimous.
Salute to everybody in the chat. What's going down? Big fight week right here, man. Shit.
Hey, big fight week. This is something we all ask for.
Absolutely. And we got the fight going down in Japan too. So it's all kind of excitement going on with the fight game this week for sure.
Yeah, I was just talking about the fight, about the results. They ain't gonna be posted until after that fight. I also gave my pick. Who you say you riding with Cool Boy, huh?
Yeah, I'm riding with Cool Boy, man, even though he coming off a year layoff and all that kind of shit. Preferably, it wouldn't be a situation like that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up about it a little bit. I got some thoughts about that, the hand wraps and, the stacking and all that kind of shit, too. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Gil Cole, salute, bro. D-Lo in the building. Rod X, the champ, salute, bro. Hip hop #1, salute.
Salute, everybody.
Yeah, I was seeing some other shit right after that. Like, matter of fact, last night or some shit, I believe, that they was talking about when he got his gloves back, it supposed to be sealed, and he got them back, it was open. And they just put like a piece of medical tape right over the shit that they wrapped up.
Yeah, I had heard something about that. I really don't know, like, all the details that went into it, like what's supposed to have been tampered with the gloves and nothing like that. But I definitely got some thoughts about them hand wraps though.
It was the packaging. The packaging not supposed. It wasn't supposed to be open until it got to the to the people who were supposed to get in contact. To the people who were supposed to got to, and then apparently they opened it.
Yeah, see, like that kind of sound like they might be doing something to increase his punching power. But the more that I'm thinking about this shit though, I think the main thing about the way that they trying to get his hands wrapped is to protect his hands because he coming off a hand injury right now, right?
Yeah, you talking about know it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he coming off a hand injury. The dude started boxing like when he was real young. I think he was like 6 years old or something like that. He punched with a whole bunch of power. I think his hands might be starting to break down, and I think that's a big reason why they trying to give him extra protection with his hands. I don't think it's necessarily so they can increase the punching power. I think it's for protection. And like the way that I look at him punch, he like to have speed with power. And a lot of the time, like when you see fighters, they'll have one or the other. Like you'll see a guy with a lot of speed, or you'll see a guy with a lot of power. This dude got both, so that kind of lets me know that he likes to tense his hands up on impact. He's not the type of guy to just keep his hands clenched tightly the whole time. He'll kind of have them loose, and then he'll tense up on impact so he can have that power, have that snap in his punches and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he hits you everywhere too. Like he'll hit you. I done seen him hit guys like towards the forehead area. I done seen him hit dudes on the elbows, all kind of shit. That can kind of break your hands down over time. So I think that's what they trying to do. And also, Cool Boy and them, I think they know about this going into the fight. So I think this is a little bit of gamesmanship. A lot of people they interpreting this as fear for Newitt, but I don't think that's what it is. I think they know that the man is starting to have hand problems. And plus, I done heard like after other fights that he's had that he had hand problems and shit. Like his hands are starting to hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big part of this shit.
Yeah, they had showed who was it? They had showed another fighter that got caught doing it by the trainer, and the other trainer was like, "No, we do this all the time." And they went and got the commissioner, and they told them they can't do it; it's illegal. And they said that supposedly it make a cast. Some fighters there wrap the tape first, then the gauze, then more tape, then more gauze, and then tape. And then they were saying you only could do gauze and then tape up, or yeah, gauze and then tape, and that's it.
Yeah, I already know, but in this instance with Anui, I'm thinking it's for protection for his hands though, because like the way he punches, I think he gonna have power regardless. I don't give a fuck how he wrap his hands up. The way the guy has a technique with throwing punches and shit, shifting his body weight behind the punches, I think he gonna hit hard regardless. So I don't think he's trying to get an edge when it comes to power. I think he's trying to protect his hands because he already showing signs of hand problems. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to boxing, I think it ain't just about the skills, it's about your anatomy holding up for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they trying to protect them hands.
Yeah, makes sense.
He started boxing early, man. The man been throwing all them hard punches for all these years. The type of punches that he throw, like just looking at that combination of speed and power, like if you compare him to other power punches we done had in the past, like Julian uh Jackson or something like that, his punches look different. They so snappy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they definitely trying to protect. But that's an advantage that Cool Boy can have going into this fight because it seems like he got the like he the most healthy fighter coming into the fight because he ain't coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? And Nui, he moving up in weight. These guys that he hitting, they gonna be more dense. You know what I'm saying? Because he fighting bigger and bigger men as his career goes. He probably feeling them hands, the pain in his hands when he hitting these bigger guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't really worried about the power because I know Cook Boy really don't get hit clean or often. I think it's gonna be a pretty much a defensive outing for him. He's probably gonna let and know it come to him, seeing that he at home. But
I've been
I don't
thinking
know.
about that too, because everybody we seem to think that Cool Boy gonna concede the middle of the ring and let Inouye come to him. But I think it's a chance that he can back Inouye up. I went back and I watched Inouye versus Donaire 1 again. And Donaire, he was holding the ground on Inouye, and Inouye was conceding that shit. He was doing a lot of backing up in that fight and trying to do a bunch of circling and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be times in this fight that Cool Boy can step to Inouye and back him up.
Yeah, walk his ass into something, to a 3-piece or something. Popeye's chicken.
Yeah, I'm sure locked in with you. Shit, I told my boy Eric Carr. I said, shit, I'm taking Cool Boy all day. It's gonna be some wood chopping, and we gonna let the chips fall where they may.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, odds against us and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But yep, man. This fight we hear. I also was telling people that I think I told you already about the results. If anybody asking about the results, they ain't gonna be in until after Tuesday this week.
Yeah. John Ross and I already dropped the new schedule. I think you got it posted already, right?
Yep. Hey, he
Yeah.
said the pot is up to 115 or something like that. He said somebody else done donated.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up. Cause it had went from 50 to 75. So I guess somebody else can put a donation up in that shit. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm. I forgot the name. He said I would have shouted him out, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, man. We finally here. Big fight week, man. Got
Yeah,
this shit in
man.
Japan. We're gonna see what's going down with this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford shit. I'm locked in with Earl all day. Not real happy that he coming off a 17-month layoff, but it is what it is though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and lock in with my guy.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only side right there. I mean, he did look good in his last fight, and he came off the layoff on that one too.
Yeah, that was actually the best that I felt like I ever seen him in the fight. He just looked a lot more focused and shit than his past fights. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hopefully go out there and do what he got to do.
That motherfucker was surgical with them hands, man.
But overall, though, I want a great fight though, regardless. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be a good legendary type of fight. This is the biggest fight that we ever called on the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I just want it to be a great night all day.
Right. Hey, 2 pound for pound, motherfuckers. This
Two
got
brothers.
two brothers. Gotta be a great fight. Yeah, I put my take out there and my prediction. I can see it going both ways though. I see ways Crawford could win, and I see ways Earl can win. But when
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
when
my
I
bad.
just
Go ahead.
my reason for my prediction though, when I just look at both of them, I just seen I ain't gonna call it no glass shit. I just seen one chin and conditioning, as far as being used to getting going into battle like that is way more durable than the other I saw. I done saw, you know what I'm saying, the other guy get dropped. I done saw the other guy get shaky legs. I done saw, you know what I mean? I done seen him have to get on this bicycle. And that was really my main, the cement, the icing on the cake for my prediction though.
Yeah, I like the pace and shit by Earl. Of course, the size. I like the jab that he coming behind, going to the body and stuff like that. One thing I will say though, like a lot of people think that Crawford just get off to these real slow starts, and I would say at the lower weight classes, I agree with that more. But it seemed like ever since he moved up to welterweight, I see him get off the stronger starts. It just started in that first fight that he had against the guy from Australia. What's his name? Jeff Horn. I felt like he got off to a pretty solid start in that fight. And I think it's been like that since he been at welterweight, you know what I'm saying? But he very skilled and shit. He got a fluent type of attack. I don't think his defense is the best though. Even the fights that he done won, like we done seen him off in there with the Benavidez kid, Jose Benavidez. He was landing punches. I saw Sean Porter landing punches, 2 punches at a time, hit him with the 2-3 combination and stuff like that. We saw him get hit by Mean Machine. I thought Mean Machine actually was looking pretty decent in that fight until he started to slow down. And that's one thing that Errol Spence ain't gonna do. He ain't gonna slow down. You know what I'm saying? But I got respect for Crawford as far as his skills in the ring. One thing that concerns me about Earl though is him against the southpaw because, like I said before, in the amateurs he lost in the Olympics and the AIBA World Championship to southpaws. He lost to Serek Sepioff and he lost to Andre Zamkovoy. Both of those are very good southpaws. And plus, in the professional ranks, I saw him get hurt by a southpaw early in his career. I can't think of the fucking African name right now. The little short African that hit Earl with, I think it was a looping left hand, and he brought back the hook, and he kind of shook him up a little bit. He didn't go down to them, but he got hurt in the fight. He was a southpaw too, and we haven't really seen him against a lot of southpaws in his career. So that's something that's uh, interesting to me. And plus, he kind of worried me for him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, though, that's going to open up the lanes for a jab. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a plus and a minus because, like, I ain't seen him in there with a whole bunch of southpaws as a pro, but I do know, like, the dynamics in boxing. If you got a southpaw against a southpaw, that's going to open up lanes for the jab, and I think Earl got the better jab.
Is you talking about Larte?
Yeah, Emmanuel Larte. That's the southpaw that hit Earl with the 2-punch combination. I want to say it was like a 4-3. It might have been a 2-3. But yeah, you could hit him with that shot, came back with the hook, and it kind of hurt Earl a little bit.
But yeah, when you was mentioning about Crawford with the fast start, and that's another point. He was losing them rounds, like the rounds versus Brook. He was trying to work the right hand with Brook. Like all those rounds forced him to go southpaw. He tricked Porter, like he was using some tricky ass. Like when he rushed Porter, he'd rush him in an orthodox stand and then take that foot back. You know what I'm saying? And he missed it a couple of times. I guess his corner told him because the way he landed that uppercut, that motherfucker was nice and pretty on the button, but it worked out perfectly. And he, you know what I'm saying? He did that also against Brook. Like he'll rush Brook in the orthodox stand, and then he'd get off a big shot like an uppercut or straight left hand or whatever by backing that foot up and turning southpaw just out of that combination. You know what I'm saying? Or out of that blitz. So the motherfucker, he got skills, but you know what I'm saying? When he do press, like it don't be working out for him earlier. He always get forced to resort into that southpaw stand.
Yeah, I want to see how he gonna be up against somebody that can match his intensity as far as being competitive. Errol Spence is the type of guy that gets stronger as the fight goes. He's not gonna slow down in the second half of the fight like a mean machine. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that Crawford ain't dealt with. But you know, at the same time, Crawford got the type of skill set and versatility that Errol Spence ain't had to deal with. So that's what make it intriguing. You could say for both of these fighters, they ain't fought nobody like the other guy yet.
Yep, definitely could say that.
But I like the fundamentals, man. Keep your hands up good. Step to the motherfucker behind the jab, going to the body. I don't think we ever seen Crawford in there with a body snatcher. I can't think of a straight body snatcher that he'd have been in there with. Even like when he fought Mean Machine, I thought that was one of his better opponents. Mean Machine was really going to the head a lot, doing a lot of head hunting, wasn't really going to the body. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a great matchup, man. I cannot wait for this shit.
Yeah, I know Crawford gonna resort to that southpaw stand. I just know that's gonna be the key to me. That's what I'm gonna be watching for to see how that battle work out. But Orthodox, you know what I mean, he struggled. He gonna want to take the jab away from Earl, but how long though? You know what I'm saying? How long is he gonna stay in that stance? Is he gonna be down rounds before he decide to switch, or he gonna continue to let Earl dominate? You know what I'm saying? To push the pace. That's gonna be the telling thing. I think he should match the energy. I don't think he should be. I think he should come out. You know what I'm saying? In the southpaw stance, then switch to orthodox. Give him a different look. Don't do the same thing.
I
But
got a feeling he gonna come out southpaw from the gate, out the
yeah,
gate. I got a feeling that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna start the fight southpaw.
I think that'd be a good idea. That way he match the energy. You know what I'm saying? If he can withstand it, I like to see that off the top too. I like to see him come out there and see what it's gonna look like when you're in that southpaw stance. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that.
The other time I done seen him, I think the only time I seen him against the southpaw was against Felix Diaz, if I'm not mistaken. That was an Olympic gold medalist southpaw. And Terence Crawford did a pretty good job out southpawing that southpaw, who was an Olympic gold medalist, like I just said. He had went out there and arguably beat Peterson, Anthony Lamont Peterson. You know what I'm saying? So he was a very credible opponent. That's one of the opponents that I give him credit for. I done been real hard on the man's strength of schedule, but there are a few opponents that I give him credit for, and that's one of them. And I thought he did a pretty good job against another southpaw, talking about Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But this is a step above, though. You know, Errol Spence ain't no Felix Diaz, so it's a different story. You know what I'm saying?
D-Lo.
What's up? Is my audio all right? I'm gonna try to cook with y'all. If it ain't, I'll just hop back off.
No, you sound good.
Everything
Go ahead, you
straight?
got the flow.
Yeah, you sound good. Salute, bro.
Hey, what's up? Salute. Yeah, let me know if it get chopped. I don't want to mess the show up. I just don't feel like getting on the computer, man. I'm saying I this in a way fight. I know y'all had to change the subject. I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm eager to see how this fight plays out because even with this fight, it's so many different ways I can kind of see it play out in my head. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like even when I think about the advantages, I'm kind of torn about whether it would be to cool because I'm gonna speak on Cool Boy because that's who I want to win the fight. So even when I think about is it to his advantage to stay in the center of the ring, advantage to try to try to let Inouye come to him, or even to try to walk him down. I just don't know what's really the best method for him because if he tries to walk him down, he could potentially walk into a big shot. Or, you know what I'm saying, in the center of the ring, get caught in the exchange or against the ropes, but then at the same time, he can have success and advantages doing all three of those things. So I just don't know. And that unknown is what make me want to see the fight so bad. And I'll probably be, I heard him come back and say that actually the main event probably won't start till 8 o'clock. So I'll already be at work. So I guess I'll have to try to go all day without finding out what happened and then get off work and try to go and watch it on ESPN Plus. And that's gonna be hard to do because I'm sure something gonna come across my phone that says what happened. So I kind of hope that's not the case. I really don't want to know who won until I can watch the fight, but we'll see.
Well, you know what we say? Shit, we step to the line and mix it up on his ass. Don't just show him one thing. Step to that motherfucker, put something on his ass, and then walk off on him and box him a little bit on the outside. When he get comfortable with that, we gonna step back to the line again and put him on his heels a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
Right.
step to the line. You don't let the line come and hunt you down. You way over there in this country and shit. You got him feeling all confident in front of his people, feeling like a lion and shit. Because you out there looking like a gazelle trying to run all night. Nah, fuck that. Step to the line. You know what I'm saying? And shock everybody because ain't nobody really looking for Cool Boy to do that. Everybody think he just gonna try to be timid and box on the outside. Nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Even like they say he ain't got no power. I don't give a fuck. Like I like to go thinking about that Amir Khan when he fought against not Jeff. What's the name of that white dude he fought, man? That he beat Provatnikov.
You talking about Algieri?
Yeah, when Algieri, he was getting trained by John David Jackson, and he went out there and stepped to that motherfucker and shocked everybody. I know that he lost the fight, but some people felt like he won the fight.
Yeah, that
Hey, go
definitely was
on
some
mute.
of his best work.
Hey, go on mute, El. Salute to you. Go on mute, bro. Yeah, you go out there and step to that motherfucker. That's what Algieri did. And damn near threw a wrench in the whole program. You know what I'm saying? That, like you said, that was one of his best fights, in your opinion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Go out there and step to him.
Hey, D-Lo, your audio good, but somehow you keep dropping and coming back up. I don't know what that is, but Hey, Felici, you got the flow? It's good, bro.
Man, my bad. Give me a second, bro. I'm sitting trying to put my car to go off. Give me one, bro, man.
Oh, your shit sound terrible, bro.
All right, R2D2.
Yeah, yeah. The nigga sound like a cyborg.
Hey, it's definitely going down though, D-Lo. We will see, man. And if there's any type of drama, we will hear about it. Hey, did y'all watch that Cambosis fight?
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
watched.
watch that shit.
Man, I thought Cambosis lost.
Yeah, I did too, but I ain't gonna complain about that MD bonus points I got from that shit. You ain't gonna catch me crying about it.
Yeah.
I thought he deserved to lose though, man. I thought he went out there and got dissected a little bit. Even though it was some spots where I felt like Maxie Hughes should have stepped on the gas and really just solidified himself for the judges. You know what I'm saying? But I still thought he did enough to win.
Yeah, I felt the same way, man. I had Cambosos to win the fight by stoppage like an idiot. And you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the whole time he was losing. I felt like he probably won 4 rounds max. You know what I'm saying? It was bad, man. The rounds he lost to me, he lost them bad. And the rounds he won, he's badly winning those rounds.
But I thought you made a pretty good point on the Discord because you said it seemed like they might got some plans for Cambosis moving forward. Plus, my boy Eric All was like, he gonna follow the money. I didn't really understand what he was saying when he said that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm the person that always say that, but in this situation, I didn't really know what he meant. But then when you said what you said, it kind of go hand in hand. They might got some plans for this motherfucker moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Shakur Stevenson like they was talking about, or even potentially a fucking Keyshawn Davis because they trying to put him on the fast track. And he got the bigger, most significant name as far as the boxing fans. So it just seemed like the politics was on his side in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you got a guy that's a three belt champ, regardless of circumstances coming into it, you can always market it as your guy just beat a guy who was a 3 belt unified champion. But at the same time, I heard him kicking around Lomachenko's name too. So I think in the Discord I said Keyshawn or Shakur Stevenson, and I saw him and Shakur Stevenson go back and forth after the fight. But Shakur basically was dismissive of him, saying he don't want to fight him because it ain't gonna be no good fight. He gonna stop him. But I also heard Camboso's team telling Shakur to go fight Haney for that 25%. And they got other plans. Or they ain't say that, but it's the way they were talking. Like they really ain't thinking about that fight. But then I started hearing, rumblings of potentially Lomachenko and Camboso, because that's the fight they wanted to make a while back, and that would be a good, with Camboso's having a win, and then that'll give Lomachenko a good opponent to kind of a very respectable win, beating the guy who held 3 titles.
Ernest Davis, salute, bro. Hey,
OG, salute.
hey, didn't Cambosis beat him already though?
They talking about their rematch.
Yeah.
Beat who?
He beat Teofimo already, is what he's saying.
I wasn't saying Lomachenko.
Oh yeah. You were.
I mean, I might have said Teofimo, but I was talking about. I was thinking Lomachenko if I didn't say that.
No, you did. You did.
Oh, okay,
You did. Ernest Davis, salute, bro. Hey, what y'all think about Devin Haney dropping the undisputed and going up to fight Regis Prograis? You think
is that official? I mean, I've been hearing that, but I mean, has that officially happened?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just
I saw some posts right before. Go. I was gonna say I saw some posts right before I got on, but I didn't click on nothing because I was trying to get over here. So I don't know if it's any truth to it, or I know they said during the telecast Saturday night that Bill Haney told Michael Benson that was the best offer they had on the table, and it was looking like that was the direction they were going.
they said something about it on what's the name, and then I saw DAZN make a post like a flyer for that fight. So I was thinking
it might be official then, because that's where it's gonna have to, that's where it had to happen at.
maybe, and then what's the name? Look, Shakur was in Cambosa's face, telling his trainer, "I'll beat your fighter ass," like right to both of their face. Like if they make the fight, I'm gonna beat his ass. But it's kind of strange though. Back to what I was saying is that he did that, and then right when Shakur activated his WBO mandatory and his WBC mandatory, and the next thing you know they came out with that. So I
Yeah,
was
I never had any confidence that fight was gonna happen, man. I always took that stuff with a grain of salt, like it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more self promotion, jockeying back and forth. Like it really wasn't any substance to it. You know, and I felt like even after Shakur put in that notice, or even tried to push for those mandatories, I was like, man, it don't matter because Haney got her out. You know, to lead the division. I mean, it's been talked about for years, and really the only fight that anybody would really hold him to for leaving the division would be the Tank Davis fight, and that's probably the only fight he really had legitimate interest in hanging around for. Which I mean, you got guys at 147 that will probably try to make 135 for a Tank Davis fight, so that's understandable.
well, that sounds like a money grab type thing.
Yeah,
Because what I was thinking was, why would he do that? Like, they was promoting the fight damn near on the internet. Shout out to H Money. H Money, what's the name? Hypey posted a video. Shout out to Hypey if he in the building. Federal Six salute, fam. MZ salute. He was saying that they're gonna fight later on down the line, and it kind of makes sense that they went to 140 because he was saying something like he was saying Devin Haney Pop first said he was like, man, shit, we got options. We don't have to hold on to these straps. We can go up to 140 and fight Regis Prograis. Like that shit was already in the making. And then for it to be out there like that, it sounded like they was gonna do that anyway, knowing what was ahead, because they was gonna get forced with the mandatory with Shakur anyway. And then you know what I'm saying? You got Tank Davis, you got Shakur, you got what's the old boy name, Frank Martin. You got all these motherfuckers that's down there. You know what I'm saying? Them all the fights that he gonna be able to make money with. And then bam, instead of doing that, he went on and said, "Fuck all them. I'm going to 140 and fight Regis."
Well, hell, he's been looking like a dead man at the weigh-ins. He's been looking like 50 Cent when he had dropped all that weight for that one movie role and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his entry division. I don't think he fought no lower than 135, right?
No, I don't think so neither.
Yeah, shit, that motherfucker gonna have to move up sooner or later, man. So I'm not surprised. Hell, somebody like Shakur Stevenson, he'd have moved up twice already. Didn't he start at 126?
yeah.
Them motherfuckers can't stay at them entry divisions forever. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he already been looking bad at the weigh-ins, so I'm not surprised. He might just be moving up because it's for his own good, even though the big money fights appear to be at 135.
Yeah, that makes sense because that wouldn't be he said it out of his own mouth too though, that they might be moving up because of the weight. It all makes sense. That's what the Pop said. So the Pop was trying to pump up the fight, but they talking about fighting later on down the line, which that sounds like 140, 147 or something for them guys. That's what he meant by later on down the line. He wasn't talking about fighting, you know what I'm saying, for no undisputed or nothing.
Yeah, you know, I don't think there's ever been a really, really big like marquee fight at 140, like a big pay-per-view or nothing like that, you know, that I can think of. But you know, we know 140 is one of the newer divisions in the sport. But I think, you know, this crop of guys, they actually have a chance at making 140 into a really, really, because I already think it's a super deep division. But I think when those 35 guys come up, and if they really start mixing up, they got an opportunity to really turn 140 into a big time division, to where it's actually really get some buzz and get some attention, and they could actually make some fights that could potentially end up being a pay-per-view fight. You know, they talking about Teofimo Lopez and Haney potentially being a super fight, which I don't agree with that term. I think it's overused. Well, they said super mega fight, actually, what they said on air. But I do think that fight, if Teofimo can keep his belt and Haney picks up the belt from Prograis, and they come together, that they could actually make a big fight at 140. You know, how big it'll be, I don't know, but building off of what Haney did against Loma and Teofimo, you know, doing we did against Josh Taylor, you know, they got a good. It's only going to be that much more buzz. So I think they got an opportunity to make it a really decent fight that'll get a lot of attention for the division.
I think if you're looking at like a big money fight, it'll probably just be Teofimo Lopez. Just looking at it real quickly in my mind, like I see a lot of talent in the division, but they kind of relatively unknown, like especially to like casual boxing fans. Like they got some talent down there, like a Alberto Puello. I know he failed the drug test, but hell, he a real good fighter. Kenneth Sim Jr. You can even look at Batir Akhmedov. They got the Elvis Rodriguez guy. He at 142, if I'm not mistaken. Like they got good fighters, but I don't think they're gonna be moving the needle as far as big money fights. I can only really see that with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney.
Yeah, and that's why I said if these guys from 135 get to 140, you know what I'm talking about. Like Shakur eventually moves up, and if these guys end up at 135 at the same time, but don't look like at 140 at the same time, because it don't look like they're gonna have the fights at 135. Then I think at that point, because they got the name cachet that they bringing up with them. Remember, Ryan Garcia's also at 140 now. Rolly Romero's at 140. He's a popular fighter. You know, he ain't the best fighter, but he got some name cachet. So when I say it the way I'm talking about, I'm kind of talking about if those guys can get there and say Devin Haney and T.O. are still at 140, you know, which I think them two without the other guys moving up can make a pretty big fight together. And then because it's been building for a couple years, you know, ever since before T.O. fought Lomachenko. But if we can get them other guys when they make it to 135, I mean the 140, Tank's already fought there. But if they get there and those guys still there, they got potential to really make some noise and really shed some light on the division, you know. But we'll have to see how it shakes out, man. But like you said, these guys can't stay at 135 forever. You know,
Yeah, well,
they gonna move up.
Devin Haney bigger than them other guys
Oh
though.
yeah, most definitely. And it hadn't been that longer, like you said, it been that much longer.
Yeah, I don't think them dudes gonna be kicking the dough down to get out of 135 and go to 140. Hell, 135, that's the traditional weight class, like you were talking about earlier. That's a bigger money division for them motherfuckers. They not gonna be in a rush to get to the 140. And somebody like Shakur Stevenson here, he just barely got to 135. He
Right,
might
right.
be, he might be there for a few more years, like shit, 5 or 6 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think him and Haney would fight at though? If they ever fight? 147?
They Shakur want to fight at 135 for all the marbles.
Yeah,
If the
but that ain't
motherfucker,
happening.
yeah, if he go to 140, I don't think Shakur gonna be sweating it too much. I think Shakur wants to try to be undisputed at 135, no matter who holds the belts. That's just my opinion, though.
And we know Tank can go to 140 he would do it for the right fight, but I don't think he liked what he went through in the Barrios fight, you know, because he made some comments after that fight. Not necessarily not trying to say Barrios whooped up on him, but I think he kind of felt like that he probably reached his ceiling as far as he wanted to go up at the time. Like he did it, he experienced it, wasn't no point in sticking around because you know what I'm saying, maybe the punches felt different. Maybe his punches didn't have the effect that he thought they would, you know, on like it did at the lower weight or whatever it might be. But I think if he went up to 140 to fight one of these guys that just came out of 35, it will make sense, you know. And also what's the other kid? Like I said, Ryan's at 140. You know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna whenever he fights again, coming off the back of that Tank fight, they're gonna try to put him on pay-per-view. So he's gonna have to have a respectable dance partner. Otherwise they risk the chance of him, you know, not doing good numbers, and then you know, them not being able to really capitalize off of what he did with Tank. So I can see them doing a pay-per-view with him and maybe Rolly or somebody at 140. But I guess it just gotta make sense.
I really doubted with Ryan Garcia because it's like his pay-per-view stock dropped with the performance that he put against Tank Davis. I know he got the big name and all that kind of shit, but I don't think nobody gonna be holding their breath waiting on Ryan Garcia to fight on pay-per-view so they can buy it again.
Yeah, he got to
You
get a
know,
win. He definitely got to get a win, in my opinion, first.
a major win. I don't think he can just go out there and stop a Rod Soka type motherfucker and get a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna have to get a significant win and look spectacular doing it.
Yeah, not Rod Soccer. We done brought up everything not already.
Hey, Federal 6 said Haney wants big money to fight the easier targets for the WBC. Haney not under contract, but Matchroom paid him good per fight. He took shorts with Top Rank to get a Cambosis.
He did. I think somebody said he took 22% or some shit like that. He did. But hell, if you go out there and fight Rikus Prograde, that ain't no guaranteed win. I mean, Prograde might whoop his motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I'll be honest, without breaking the fight down, when I just hear that they announced the fight, I got programmed. But I might, look at it and feel different once they sign the fight and I really start looking at it, I might feel totally different. I'm trying not to put too much stock into what I saw with Prograde in his last fight. Because, most of the time you have a guy have a fight like that and he's a good fighter, he typically learn from it and don't follow it up with the same type issue. But you never know. Haney's pretty good.
Hey, Big Boy said I ain't gonna go that far. Go ahead. What you say?
I was just gonna whenever I can get a chance to get my.
You
I
sound a
sound.
lot
What's
better
up?
now,
Go
you
smell it, go smell it,
motherfucker.
motherfucker. What's up? Go smell it, motherfucker.
What's
Hey,
up,
I just wanted to
man?
get my two. What's up with it, my nigga? I just wanted to get my 2 cents on EJ and Bud whenever I could get a chance, man. Whenever I could slide it in.
All right, let me catch up in the chat. I ain't gonna go too far up there. I don't know why y'all keep jumping in and out though. Big Boy Boxing said the WBC deadline for Haney was the 22nd to decide whether he's going to defend or move up. Okay. MZ said that internet connection needs to be drug tested. Talking about D-Lo shit.
Square business.
MZ talking about what up, big bro. Hype salute, bro. He's Hype talking to Eric R. Eric Davis, salute, bro. Napoleon J1 Pro said I need some easy work coming off a layoff from last season. Eric R, where you at? Don't duck me, son.
Who on him? J1 Pro?
Yep.
I didn't even know he was trying to get down with the get down as far as going against motherfucker. I've been kind of sleep on the shit lately though, man, because everybody done already went against each other. We ain't doing nothing but recycling matchups. But we need some new blood in there.
Hey, did who wanted to get up in the damn Discord? Adolfo? Was it Adolfo? We're gonna have to let Adolfo in. He I follow him on Facebook. He ain't no troll or nothing.
Yeah, Rodolfo a player, man. But I was thinking about, man, we might just go ahead and close the cap and close the hatches on that shit. Don't let nobody get up in that motherfucker.
All right. MZ said he might just miss out on the bag. You talking about Haney? Joseph Brown said Surreal Matthias is a problem for all at 140.
At 140.
Boy said hit the like team. Oh, definitely appreciate that.
Yeah,
that
Subriel Subriel Matias is hurting motherfuckers in there. He square business about that.
Gary Antoine Russell, we don't know what's up with him. We ain't seen him in a while, but he seemed to be an issue.
Absolutely. We ain't seen him since he fought against Francis Barthélemy. Yeah, I had forgot about that. I thought the last time he fought was against Victor Poster, but he did fight Barthélemy.
Hey, was that a majority decision or something like that when they close fight?
Against Barthélemy, he stopped him in 6.
Who he gave a close? Who he's in a tough fight with? That's what I last.
That was a tough fight. Barthélemy was fighting back, catching him with right hands and shit, but he still got stopped once he started slowing down.
Okay.
Yep.
MZ said it's a good fight, but not a major money maker. Everybody talking Federals. Oh, I read that one. Hip Hop said, sure, Eddie Hearn won't Prograde versus Sandor Martin. He trying to wash his hands with him and put him in a bad match fight. Talking about Sandor?
Yeah, Sandor Martin, that's the dude that went out there and got the upset over Mikey Garcia. And plus, a lot of people felt like he got robbed against Teofimo Lopez. That southpaw from Spain, he kind of slick.
And he said he was comfortable at 140. He also said Tank said he wasn't comfortable at 140. They want Pro said blessings everyone and gonna catch the rest on replay. One bro. Everybody talking to everybody right here. Oh no, MZ say Handy stands a good chance to win. And Hypey say for some reason PBC want to taper back Gary's competition. Regis is in no rush to fight Cerebral.
Yeah,
How you
Super
pronounce the name?
Martinez. Salute to
Yeah.
Jay Fuller. We ain't said it already.
Jay Fuller, salute. Yeah, he been wanting to fight Haney. I think there's more money in those fights. Tank Davis. I'm wondering why he's looking down instead of looking up or looking at the people in his division. Motherfucker looking for the money fights.
I'm about to ask what is his official weight class?
Who Reeves?
I thought you talking about Tank.
Tank official weight class is 135. He's a champion.
All right.
But he started at 130.
What championship that nigga got at 135? I thought Devin Haney was undisputed.
Well, he got that WBA shit.
Oh, he got a minor belt, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. He got one of the regular titles.
All right.
Whatever you call it, one of the regulars or what's the other one?
I think they got the regular and the super or some shit at WBA, right? So he got the regular belt.
Yeah, he probably got that regular.
All these belts, that nigga might got a gold belt or some shit for all I know. You know, they got all that bullshit, man.
The Lucky Charm belt or something.
Square business.
Hey, what's on you? I'm caught up.
Yeah, he got that WBA block found belt.
Square business.
I just wanted to chime in and give my 2 cents on that Errol Spence and Bud fight. Man, I'm picking Bud in this fight. I've been watching their fights. I done went back and watched all their fights. And man, I just think Bud got it, bro. I think Bud is special. I don't think Errol Spence ready for what he think he ready for. And I like Errol Spence. He out of Dallas. So it's really a heart over mind fight or a mind over heart fight. I'm picking with my mind and not my heart. Cause I usually ride for the cats out of Dallas. But the style in this matchup, bro, I don't see Earl winning this fight, bro. I just can't see him winning this fight. I think you're gonna see Bud switch to orthodox because he can't fight him southpaw. He's not gonna be able to fight Errol Spence southpaw. He's gonna have to take Errol Spence jab away from him. So he's gonna go orthodox, and I think he's gonna see a couple of straight right hands and hooking right hands, and then in the exchange, that's where it's gonna be the big part. I think Errol Spence think that he can out physical Bud, but I don't think I think that plays into Bud hands because when they get into the exchange, I see Bud catching Earl with a shot that he don't see from a looping, like my boy Trey X say, a looping or a ripping or a hooking hands, and he can hit from both sides, bro. So I got Bud in this fight with my mind, not my heart. If EJ win, I'll be happy, but I don't see him winning, bro. I think Bud Crawford special, bro, and I think he been overlooked, and I think that he finna silence all his critics, bro.
All right, let me ask you a question real quick. When the last time you made a pick and you were right?
Shit.
This motherfucker stay wrong. How the hell is the man overlooked if people rank him number one pound for pound and shit in the game?
No, I mean, I think he overlooked as far as when people think that he can't handle pressure fighters or he's not gonna be able to fight inside the pocket. I think that's wrong, bro. I looked at him every time he drops somebody, he inside the pocket fighting with somebody. And he catching them with exchanges that they don't see. He catching them with short shots that they don't see when they in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's how he drop people. And Earl likes to fight in the pocket. And I can see Earl getting caught with a short shot inside the pocket and getting dropped, bro. I see Errol Spence getting hurt in this fight. I don't think he think it can happen. I don't think nobody think it can happen. I think it's gonna happen, bro.
Well, shit. Actually, most of the predictions are for Crawford. That's why the odds have swung in this way so favor. What's the word? Significantly, I see the money coming in on Crawford when I listen to predictions online. As far as all the people that's in the game, like as far as trainers and other fighters and shit like that, they all picking Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's being overlooked. I think people believe in him, like you do.
And I'm not. I'm not saying from I ain't even looking at the major people, bro, like the announcers or the former fighters. I'm talking about like boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? The underground. I'm talking about the grassroots boxing people. They look at Earl as the boogeyman of 147, which I see him as the boogeyman of 147. I see what he done did, and I commend him, bro. But I just think it's something about Bud, bro, that I could see him winning undisputed in both divisions and fucking cementing his legacy, bro. This is a legacy fight for Bud Crawford. If he cement this,
Absolutely.
bro, this
That's
is
what I was
beautiful,
gonna
bro.
say too. That's what I was gonna say too. This fight right here is for legitimacy of his entire career to me. Because I feel like if he go out there and lose this fight, that's gonna give a lot of people the opportunity to say, you see, I told you he ain't fought nobody. The motherfucker was overrated and all that kind of shit. I think he fighting for 2 undisputed championships, in my opinion. Because I think if he win this fight, that is gonna give some credibility to his 140 undisputed championship that he won from fucking Indongo and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is definitely a legacy fight for Crawford, even more so than Errol Spence.
And I totally agree with you, bro. I think that's why I think that this is bigger for Bud than it is for Spence. I think a lot of Bud accolades are always with an asterisk by it. You know what I'm saying? It's the resume. And give it to Earl Spence, bro. He fought everybody he beat was top 5 at welterweight for the championship belt. So I'm taking my hats off to Earl Spence. I know the work he put in and what he done. But what I'm saying is I think that not the big dogs, but the underground people that's looking at this fight, they think that Earl Spence is gonna come in and beat him up to the body, bro. I don't see that happening, bro. I see body shot for body shot. I could see Earl getting caught in the exchange. I can see them on the ropes. Bud hold a lot when he get hurt. When he get hurt, it's hard to put Bud down. He grabs a lot, bro, and he wrestles him. So it's gonna be hard for him, bro.
That is one thing I will say about Crawford. He is very fucking strong. My boy Napoleon Armstrong posted some videos on Discord with the motherfucker deadlifting like 500 pounds or some shit. I had posted the clip of his fight against Sean Porter where they got in the clinch and he literally snatched Sean Porter up off his feet and turned and put his ass on the ropes. Like he just picked his ass up like he was a damn kid or something. So when it come to clinching, see, that's one thing about Earl. It's hard to clinch that motherfucker. He gonna work his way out the clinch and beat your ass when you try to do that. But this right here might be the person that could be successful with the clinch against Earl because he's so goddamn strong. So I give him that.
Hey, I was just gonna say that the goalposts keep moving. A motherfucker say Earl can't box this or that. He boxed. Like the same thing they were saying against Mikey Garcia. Like they were saying everybody had him. All the commentators, everybody was a knock against him. And he go up in there and show another dynamic to his game. Motherfucker ain't give him no props. He still got the same stigma on his back as if he's some flat footed, you know what I mean? Some guy who just a one way ticket. But you know what I'm saying? We done seen him box. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that he was boxing against really didn't bring shit up out of him. He done pressed him, you know what I'm saying, and shut everybody up real quick. A lopsided victory. So it ain't like Earl gotta go up in there and press nothing. Earl ain't gotta go up in there and press nothing. Earl can box too. But Earl always got a high work rate. He always push the limit, no matter how slow he starts. He's still throwing a lot of punches, whether it's a jab or he trying to work his way in with a straight left hand. You know what I'm saying? He's still showing a high work rate and keeping motherfucker on the back foot. So regardless, he was in there with one of the best counter punchers in Danny Garcia also. Motherfucker thought Danny Garcia was going to be able to pop shot it, even though Danny did catch him with some good clean shots. But you know what I'm saying? That just go to show how good of a chin that Earl got. Earl done been chin check. He ain't been down to the canvas, man. We ain't seen his legs all that wobbly either. And then when they did get wobbly versus Ugas, they got right back real quick. So
I don't know. Like Errol Fenici, he was talking about Crawford fighting in the pocket and shit. I think Crawford needs to be more like Mayweather against Corrales. Get your entire body out the way. Don't let this man hit you with nothing. Because even if you having success in the fight, like when Kell Brook fought Earl Earl is still gonna be landing something. He gonna be landing the jab. He gonna be depositing body shots on your ass.
Exactly.
Even when you having success, he's still gonna be landing something on your ass. So I think it needs to be more like like I said, Mayweather against Corrales, or even Bud Crawford when he fought against Postal. Get your entire body out the way. Do not let this great champion type motherfucker land nothing on you, because that shit can wear you down as the fight goes on. And like I said earlier, Errol Spence is the type of fighter that gets stronger as the fight goes.
Yeah, let me chime in on that there. Y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, you got the flow.
Yeah, so like to me, I look at it like Marlo made me think about something when he started talking about, you know, the criticism. Like I've heard like just say for instance when Terence Crawford was getting ready to fight Porter, people start saying, yeah, he might beat Porter, but I bet you he won't fight Porter like Spence fought Porter and stuff like that. And you know, I've even heard criticism of Spence for how he beat Mikey. My thing is this: these guys, if these guys are who we say they are or who we think they are, whoever comes out this fight victorious, I don't care how they do it, I'm giving them their credit. I don't care if they go out there and fight the scariest fight I ever seen a fighter fight in my life, and they come out with a win. Well, shame on the other guy for not being able to do something about it. You know, because that was a knock on the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. A lot of people felt like, you know, Mayweather should have pushed the pace, or he should have done this different, or Pacquiao should have done that. And they should, when we got the fight, we got. Now I hope we get an exciting fight, but at the end of the day, these guys, for what's at stake, you best to win. You know what I'm saying? And forget about how good you look. Now I think for both of these guys, what win, but they got to do it with caution, because I don't know that it's advantageous for Errol Spence to come out there and try to throw 100 punches around. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't feel like it's. I know some people feel like Terence Crawford should try to go out there and match his output, but I don't think that necessarily benefits Crawford. So you know what I'm saying? It's just, in the waiting game don't favor Errol Spence. The waiting game might not favor Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be some type of blend in there. But ultimately, I think you got to ride with the horse that got you there. So I just feel like, you know, these guys go out there and just fight their fight, and however it turns out is how it turns out. But I'm not going to overly critique either guy for what did or didn't happen in the ring, because at the end of the day, I just want to see somebody crowned victorious, because I've been waiting on this to happen for quite a long time. So however it turns out, and whoever gets the win, they getting credit from me. I ain't gonna sit there and talk about, you know, they didn't do this or they didn't do that and just overly critique them and be critical of it. But you know, I know people will, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we ain't on that shit either. Hell, we from the school of
I know y'all ain't. I know y'all ain't.
sometimes you gotta win today and look good tomorrow. That's why I brought up Crawford against Postal. A lot of people complain about that fight. It was on pay-per-view. They felt like Crawford didn't put out the offense that they wanted him to and make an exciting fight. But I always give him credit for that fight. I thought that was one of his best performances. Postal was a fucking boogeyman at the time. He went out there and knocked out Matisse. As a matter of fact, Victor Postal opened as the favorite over Terence Crawford in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And I picked Victor Postal too. I ain't gonna even lie. He went out there and Terence served me crow. So even though it wasn't just the greatest performance as far as action, I still give him a lot of credit for that performance, because he really went out there and pitched the shutout in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't just the most action-packed fight, he did what he had to do to go out there and get a dominant victory.
Otis the Great, salute, fam. Said it's been a long time, family.
Salute.
But yeah, hey, that's why I don't be saying that. Like people, I'll be rather hear a motherfucker take than just basically saying, "Oh, I got this guy, I got that guy." Like, okay, you've been following this fighter for a long time, but you definitely got to see a way, because this ain't just like no one lopsided 70-30 kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys got ways where they could win and take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. So I just be rather to talk about that than trying to even down another person, because strongly, no matter how it is, it's 50-50. I lean. I got reasons for leaning where I'm leaning to, not just because, you know what I'm saying, I think or I've been fucking with Earl from day one. I'm just gonna switch up. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the reason. I see Earl being in a tough fight, but I could see Earl going in there and proving us all wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of shit that we ain't seen in Earl. We ain't seen. He say he got. I mean, we seen little glimpses of it. We seen a lot. We seen motherfucking Bud got to dig down. You know what I mean? That's where my respect come from. We seen him got to dig down and get up and do his shit. We seen him against Benavidez, you know what I'm saying, struggling and then come back and stop the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Velasquez dropped him. He got away with it, but no matter how it went, we done seen him get up off his, you know what I'm saying, get up and do his shit, or overcome and do his shit in the ring. You know what I mean?
We done seen them both dig deep. My bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna go to that one. Like, you know, you pointed that out earlier about times Earl done faced southpaws, or Earl done been had to get back, dig deep and come back and smash and get his opponent out of there. So just the history of both of these fighters alone, not them versus each other, but just the fights they had. You know what I mean? It's already out there. The signs is out there. This is just a good matchup for. This gonna be a good ass fight.
And that's why I'm leaning towards decision, because I done seen both of them be in fights where they had to dig down deep. Like when Earl fought against Kell Brook, he had to dig down deep. When he fought against Sean Porter, he had to dig down deep, find a knockdown late in the fight and shit to seal the victory. You know what I'm saying? I done seen these dudes off in these tough situations and shit. The only thing that give me cause for pause at all is the fact that Earl is coming off a 17-month layoff. And a lot of the time when you see these fighters coming off layoffs, that increases the chances that they'll get stopped. Just looking at boxing for a long time, that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I think that both these fighters done showed toughness, they done showed skills, and they done showed grit to where they could go to see the final bell in the fight.
Yeah, I think when it comes to these two guys, even though I got Crawford by stoppage, right? I do tend to think that for either one of these guys to get stopped, they're gonna have to get disconnected from their senses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be a dude got knocked down and he just reluctant to get up, or he getting up so slow that he gets counted out, or a guy getting knocked down twice. You know, a guy getting, you know what I'm saying, getting roughed up and the ref gonna jump in there and stop it. You know, I don't see that being the way it could happen. I feel like if Terence Crawford is able to stop Errol Spence Jr., he's gonna have to disconnect him from his senses to the point that it looks like the only humane thing to do is stop the fight. You know, and the same thing the other way around, just because of the dogged determination of both guys. That, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, if a guy gets broke up, you know what I'm saying, and gets, you know, ridiculous swelling or something like that, that could happen. That's the other way. But aside from that, I just don't think either one of these guys got any quit in them. I think they're the type of guys that will have to be saved from themselves in a situation where they really, really hurt, because they ain't gonna stop trying to come, because they got so much riding on this fight. And even if it wasn't as much riding on the fight, they don't want to lose to each other no matter what. So I think they see each other as rivals. They've been talking about it since 2018. And I think that you know, at the end of the day,
I respect your pick, man, but when I be looking at this shit from a macro perspective, I just cannot see a one-legged Benavidez lasting longer in the fight than Errol Spence. I just cannot see that. Benavidez, what, it took him 11 rounds to get stopped?
yeah, it was a long time ago too, man. I wouldn't have picked him to stop. Back then, I had Spence beating Crawford. So, I mean, a lot done changed since that time. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you telling me
Actually,
that
coming
you respect
out the
that
side.
Benavidez.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
You
ahead.
respect that Benavidez from a few years ago more than you respect the Errol Spence that's fighting right now.
It's not the Benavidez. It's the Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford at 147 today is a lot better than he was at 147 and going into that Benavidez fight. I also don't see Benavidez. He wasn't leaving himself open the way I see Errol leave himself open at times. I don't think it's a matter of Terence Crawford just being Spence Jr. I think it's a clash of styles to where what Errol Spence Jr. does well is going to leave him open to what Terence Crawford does well, and put him in a position to where he's gonna be able to land a great shot in between Errol Spence trying to pump out his volume that people get excited about. Now, I could be totally wrong, but that's the way I see it. That don't mean, Benavidez is a better fighter than him. Styles make fights. I think stylistically, what Errol Spence does well plays in the Terence Crawford hand. It could totally be the other way around, but that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I respect your opinion, man. I think people really don't give Earl the credit that he deserves because they keep on just making it seem like he just some volume puncher. The man steps behind one of the best jabs in boxing, period. Like if you look across the board, the man got one of the best jabs. And when I saw Terence Crawford fight Kell Brook, I saw Kell Brook landing jabs on his ass even from the orthodox stance. This is going to be an opportunity for Southpaw versus Southpaw. I do think Errol Spence's jab is going to play a major role in this fight. He's not just some puncher that throws a bunch of flurries without no rhyme or reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker got a very controlled style behind
He got an educated jab.
Yeah, very educated jab.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, they just be talking, like the Sugar Rays, all these motherfuckers, the greats, be talking like this motherfucker don't give them no props. And then when they go in there and fight the kind of style they want to see, they still gonna pick against them. So
they be talking and ain't even watching the fight, Marlo.
Yep. Let me jump in the chat. Eric R said, D-Lo, both fighters going to get the credit. Going to get the credit, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, facts. I know people gonna break down the fight. They always do. MZ say Crawford has to fight. Technically, it's going to be a great fight. I hope. He also said, just don't be a draw. Joseph Brown said Crawford's step back game is his best bet. He said, I saw something in the media workout that was very interesting. He was drilling, taking away the lead hand and escaping to the weak side in the orthodox stance. Well, I know they're working on something. I seen Derrick James do some interesting shit. He low-key was trying to mimic Crawford in the southpaw stance and mimic him switching, like in the corner. Y'all peep that shit?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
They both of them.
I was just gonna say I don't put a lot of stock into that stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it, and I know it's definitely entertainment, help build a fight, but I don't think what we seeing in a media workout is even a fraction of what, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean I hear people criticizing both fighters and people praising both fighters for the same thing. They looking at the same thing.
D-Lo,
yeah.
A lot of people don't recognize that that's just game plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Preparation for moments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things like that. That's not gonna be the whole entirety of the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just a game plan. Like if this happened, do this. You know what I'm saying? If that happened, do this. That's all really it is. Like,
but even what they show us ain't necessarily what they really game plan. It's just what they did in the workout.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, let's go out here and just show. We just go out. It's entertainment. That's the way I look at it. It's for entertainment purposes only.
That's why I say it might not happen. Some of that shit they doing, this shit in the workout, it might not happen at all. But some of that secret shit though, the main shit is how they gonna counter the jab and all that kind of shit. I know they working on that heavy though. Otis the Great said, I already said that one, but salute to you, bro. It said my buffalo wings need to see 12 rounds. LOL. Ain't no TKO unless it's Bud. Oh yeah, she got Bud too. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a great fight. Whoever wins definitely gonna be pound for pound number one. Otis the Great said, yeah, got you. He said Ben A, but I think he was correcting his other. MZ says, oh, he saluting Otis. Hip Hop said, hope we serving you pro, Marlo, but you gotta go with your gut. Said, I hope I ain't getting served porridge when Crawford win. Oh, you got Crawford. I thought you had what's the name earlier. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make sure I give you a big old plate. I'm gonna pile that shit up like it's Thanksgiving. Croquette, salmon croquette. You had a whole nine. Oh, they said anybody going to Vegas? Lala D going to Vegas. She say. Who else said they was going to Vegas? There's a few people said they was going.
Eagle Webb say he gonna be out there.
Eagles Webb. Ivy said, hit the Bumbleclot like button, please. Most definitely appreciate you if you hit the like button. Help out with the algorithm. Joseph Brown said Vargas coming right Vegas coming right to my 65-inch TV in 4K. Obviously, I don't like how Earl two previous bouts seen them coming off a layoff. Yeah, Trey don't like them layoffs neither. Otis the Great said, I got my flight. I got my flight as soon as the fight was announced. He said, man, I've been saving up for this fight. I can't wait. Man, enjoy it. And Z say round 8, stop it. Otis the Great said, I got Earl stopping Bud in the 10th. Oh, that's what my prediction. I said 9th. I actually picked 9th on Champ Ross too. But I said between 9th and 10th. I see that's when Earl gonna be taking the knee and shit. I mean, Bud gonna be taking the knee. MZ say his internet don't even agree with him. I talk about D-Lo. MZ taking shots that you going in.
Yeah, hey, but then if I come over there get on him tomorrow, he'll be about to cry.
Hip Hop said, I only see both seeing the final bell. He said, a knockout is either fighter is serious statement. Damn would be crazy. Napoleon Armstrong said, bullseye, D-Lo. You know he agreeing with you. Apex Legend Troll, salute fam. He said, thank God, D-Lo picked Crawford. They said, now I know Spence is going to win.
Yeah, I don't know where he get that from. You better check my Champ Raw. I got a hell of a good win percentage on my picks.
He said you and El Fenici. Hey, but you did pick goddamn Gamboa over Crawford though.
Hey, that was a bad pick back then, man.
You know you should have picked Crawford over.
No.
Otis Gray said both guys great fighters. He said the only thing is Bud is not a true southpaw, and that's gonna be his downfall when he switches.
Hey, I can't lie. I got to share some of that crow too, because I picked Gambo over the motherfucker too. I was like, man, who is this motherfucker? Man, he coming out of fucking Nebraska. What great fighters coming out of Nebraska? Nigga, I'm taking Cuba over Nebraska and went out there and ate crow. But I was looking good early though.
Yeah, Gambo. Hey, Gambo was doing his thing early on. He was moving the groove.
Hell yeah, landing the lead right hand and all kind of shit early in the fight. I was feeling good, and then when it turned, it turned.
Big Boy said draw. That shit jump. Oh, he said draw. Draw is a dirty word. We better get a winner. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a winner though. Hip Hop number 1 said, if I'm drunk, I don't want to see no draw.
Hey, Marlo, I don't want to see no draw because first of all, regardless of who win this fight, if it ain't definitive, if it's a decision, I ain't even gonna say definitive. If it's a decision one way or the other, we're gonna have to listen to one of these fan bases whine and complain and pout. If we get a draw, we're gonna be listening to all of them do it.
Hey, that's true though. Apex Legend Troll said, yeah, they don't watch fights. They just repeat what people say. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people do. Hip Hop number 1 laughing. Eric R said, Marlo, don't forget Bud fans don't like hot sauce. Joseph Brown said, I disagree with y'all. There are definitely some things that you take away from it if you know what you're watching, which a lot of fans don't know. He said, I see that Earl footwork kept him in range of hands were tight. Yeah, he was bringing them bitches back fast as hell. Gil Cole said we need a draw. A draw is a rematch. And Thurman versus Spence. Then Thurman versus Spence. Then Thurman said he not ready. He said, Spence want to fight me whenever I'm ready. Well, guess what? I'm not ready.
Man, I bet you that man relive that moment every day. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't just the fact that he was injured or whatever was going on with him. It's some of the stuff he said that really just put him out there on the island.
Let's be honest though. If you really was been watching Thurman Gil Cole, no, we done talked about it. He really was just trying to fight them legends, them older cats. He wasn't trying to fight them young dogs.
Yeah, he had more to lose than he did the game, and that's the way he looked at it. And he wanted to fight Pacquiao, he wanted to fight Mayweather. Even at one time, was talking about fighting Canelo, but he didn't want to fight. You know, he didn't want to risk what he had to be a stepping stone for nobody else.
At first, his excuse was go get a belt. Then the motherfucker go get a belt. He still avoided him. He just kept waiting on that Pacquiao fight. It's cool. he didn't think the tables was gonna turn like they did. I didn't know he was a gambling man, but the way he was in the casino all goddamn night showed me how much of a gambler he really is.
Yeah,
So
he was mad disrespectful when
yeah,
he ain't think Pacquiao had himself nothing.
yeah, and fucked around and found out. That's what happened. He fucked around and found out that the old Tweez Lamar slew found and found out that he should have took it serious. He should have took the old man serious because the old man still had something up in him. I mean, you see how down the stretch, he did pretty good. Talking about Thurman, I ain't gonna take nothing from him. Down the stretch, he did pretty good, but
Yeah, he almost pulled it out, man. Had he not got knocked down, that might have been a different fight.
yeah, could have been a
Different
draw.
outcome.
Yeah, it was a split decision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it split or majority?
I think it was split.
But yeah, it cost him. Staying in that casino all night cost his ass.
Eating ice cream.
Yeah, sitting at the damn table. But that showed me he was a gambler. Like that's why he stayed away from these guys and held on to both of those titles, just waiting on Pacquiao to see what's gonna happen with him.
As a matter of fact, it was a knock. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I just said another opportunity. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was a knockdown in the fight, so I think that takes away the majority decision. You know what I'm saying? So, because Pacquiao got a knockdown, so I think it would either have to be unanimous decision or a split decision. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But we also got to give some credit to a fight that's on the undercard for this pay-per-view too. Isaac Cruz versus Giovanni Cabrera. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. They got Isaac Cruz as an 8-1 favorite. I don't understand why.
Me
Giovanni Cabrera can fight like a motherfucker. He went out there and got a win over what's the kid from Stockton, California?
Rio.
Cabrera got the win over the kid from Stockton, California. The 9-time national champion. No, he might be 12-time national champion. He came up with Shakur Stevenson now.
What if Valenzuela?
No.
It wasn't him.
No, what's the name of that fucking kid? He ain't got a lot of power, man. He went out there.
Oh, Flores.
Yeah,
Gabriel Flores.
Yeah. He went out there and whooped the shit out of Gabriel Flores, man. This dude can fight. He was 65-10 as an amateur. He won the Chicago Golden Gloves, and he won a bronze medal at the Mexican Olympic trials. Isaac Cruz, he fought in the Mexican Olympic trials 3 times, but he didn't really get far enough to get a medal. This kid here got a bronze, so I actually got him ranked slightly ahead of Isaac Cruz on my pedigree scale. You know what I'm saying? And Isaac Cruz did take a unanimous decision loss to a motherfucker early in his career in like an 8-round fight. So it ain't like he just some kind of unstoppable type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I think that Giovanni Cabrera got action in this fight.
Yeah, I agree, man. When I found out that fight was gonna be on the undercard, when I found out about the fight, I don't even think Spencer Crawford had been announced yet. It was just rumors that they were gonna be fighting, and then they were looking for a show pretty much. And I was talking to L Dub about it, and he was telling me, back then, he said, man, I think that's a fight that Cruz gonna end up losing. And then when it started going public that they was that the fight was gonna be on his undercard, everybody started crapping on it, talking about they got him in there in a tune-up. Like, man, people just, if they don't recognize somebody's name right off the rip, they just don't even give them no credit, man. It's like right away they just start tearing down, calling people cab drivers and all that nonsense. But this dude can fight, man. He already done like you said, he got a scalp on the mantle that's very respectable.
Absolutely.
And actually somebody that's more accomplished than Cruz that he beat.
And that ranked higher on the pedigree scale than Cruz too. And we also, I'm looking out for Nonito Donaire in this next fight too, man. He coming off a layoff. I don't know if the motherfucker might get old. He gonna go against this guy Alejandro Santiago that's coming off a win over Donny Nietes. That dude is tough and he can fight like a motherfucker. And he come forward. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not the type of guy that you want to get old against. So I'm very interested to see how Nonito Donaire is gonna look in this fight.
Hey, let me catch up in the chat real quick. Hip Hop say, as laughing at you saying serving Simon Croquette as Crow. He say sounds terrifying on a Sunday. I hope Crawford don't win double as much now. MZ say, why you bullying? Talking about Thurman. Big Boy said,
Nah, he talking about D-Lo be talking shit over there.
oh, Dino said, man, once upon a time, don't deserve that shot. Don't deserve a shot. For real. Please Lamar with the hundreds in the building. Gil laughing. Eric R said, Fight hype new interviews. Fight hype new interviewers. A can't stand seeing hoax wig questions. Gil Cole said split decision. That's what it was. It was an SD. A split decision would definitely be controversial. And Z say, Keith don't want to have to walk through that fire of becoming great. Nah, man, he didn't think the tables would turn. Haplo in the building. He says, buy some gloves. Salute Haplo. Says salute Marlo, Trey X, Ike. Eric R said he always tried to talk fighters into cheapening the value of their opponent. He said, do Buzz legs look old? Is Buzz slowing down to you? To any of y'all, is Buzz slowing down?
Yeah, I think he's saying that what the fight hype interview will be saying stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, that's a run on from his last comment.
Right, from his last comment, yeah.
Hip Hop said, sure, I seen that Flores boy do a nasty knockout on someone recently.
I think it was a lead left hook or something. He hit a motherfucker with it, if I ain't mistaken. I don't remember the opponent, but I do remember like a devastating knockout that he had fairly recently.
Apex said Thurman talked so much trash about Pac-Man, karma bit his ass. Joseph Brown said, I like them eyes. He said, I'm putting some money on Gabriel Flores.
Nah, we're not talking about Flores. We talking about the guy that beat him. His name is Giovanni Cabrera from Mexico. Even though he did some fighting in the United States before he went back to Mexico to finish his amateur career, but he had a fight where they was close in odds against Gabriel Flores, and he went out there and beat the shit out of Flores. I will say that Flores was coming up in weight from 130 to 135, and I will also say that he was coming off a bit of a layoff, but he went out there and got his ass outclassed.
Hey Trey, ain't that the fight where everybody felt like his dad let the fight go on too long?
Well, it was two. That was the other fight. That first loss that he took.
Okay.
I think it's the guy that went over there and beat Michael Conlon. What's his name? The Mexican.
I forget. Not Robles.
Luis Alberto Lopez.
Lopez, yeah.
Yeah, he went out there and was whooping the shit out of Gabriel Flores, and they said they let the fight go too long. But if I'm not mistaken, they might have said it in both fights because he was close to getting stopped against Cabrera, even though Cabrera didn't have a lot of knockouts. I think he only had like 4 knockouts or something like that. But he was beating the brakes off of him. And if I'm not mistaken, I do remember people also saying that the fight went too long and they should have been thinking about Flores' career moving forward.
Joseph Brown said that's another good fight that snuck its way on the card. Otis the Great said, I bet 50 on Earl stopping Bud in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th round. Said the odds are 4,000 plus 4,000. You gonna hit on that, huh?
That was mad as hell at them $50. That's a no-brainer right there. Them $50 ain't been acting right. He getting rid of them.
You'll put $50 on that though. Plus 4,000.
Hey, my money ain't did nothing for me to be mad at it, man.
Okay, I'm gonna be coming back counting that money on your ass.
Hey,
not me. Otis the Great gonna come back counting that money on your ass.
Yeah, if I had Spence, I'd be been for real. I've been telling people, man, been complaining about these odds. Like a lot of people spending all this time complaining about they don't like the odds and this, that, and other. Like, man, put the money up on the fight. Like, take advantage of it. If you really believe the dude gonna win, like, I mean, that should be like a dream come true. Because I mean, I didn't even think that there would be money to be made on this fight except for prop bets. You know what I'm saying? But so you got even just a straight up, picking Spence to win the fight, which is probably the safest bet. You got money to be made there. So I mean, I look at it like if you believe he'll win, man, go get some of that free money.
Eric R says some of these trainers get a little too excited about Buzz switching, switch hitting. He said they act like he's transitioning into a stance you never seen before. Like there is a Southwest Paul or some shit. A Southwest Paul. Big Boy said, yeah, good odds on Cabrera. MZ said, not yet. He not slow. Talking about Bud, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say, man, I wouldn't bet on this fight with a I wouldn't touch this fight with a 10, 20-foot pole. It's too many other fights that is easier money to make than going to fuck with Errol Spence and fucking Terence Crawford. Like it's more fights that is easier to make money. Like overall, I pretty much stay out them fights where they got the deep amateur backgrounds and all that kind of shit. I don't really fuck with them type of fights, man. I'd rather have a fight where you got a guy that's like a 3.5 or a 4 or above going against a motherfucker that don't have no amateur background or something. Like we got a fight this weekend. Just looking at it off the top, I would look at Rohan Polanco versus Cesar Francis. You'll probably be able to get some decent odds on Polanco winning by decision. Polanco is an Olympian. He going against Cesar Francis, who was a 2 on my scale. That's a lot easier to win money instead of having to go to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is more unpredictable in my opinion.
Yeah. And my whole thing is just somebody who will want to bet anyway, right? Like these people who be coming at other people in the chats, want to bet in the chats, and then around the possibility of not getting paid. I mean, if you feel like that, go get the odds. You know what I'm saying? At least you know you're gonna get paid and you getting odds. Rather than being straight up with somebody, you know what I'm saying, to get back if you get paid, to get back what you put up. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of those people that's going to go watch the fight too, that those are bets right there that a lot of people might want to be interested in. It's in Vegas. Might want to drop something on the fighter they pick. A lot of people
Yeah, I knew about 2 years ago that I wasn't gonna bet on this fight, regardless of the odds. Because it got to a point where I said, man, I just want to bet in Jordan. Money on the fight.
Hip Hop number 1 said he's mean, that dude. Got power, great chin. I said him exposed of Colony. Motherfucker jumped on me. And Warrington, he's definitely beat more comfortably. Joseph Brown said that Noe is now a 4-1 favorite. He was 2.5 just a day ago. Eric R said, I don't think he's in either. Let me get out y'all business. And he said, you don't believe in Bud D-Lo? He said, gotta get some of that free bag, man. Otis the Great said, that's why I bet with the bookies. He said, I'm gonna get paid if I win. Gil Cole said, if you making bets, don't be a scumbo.
Right. Hey, let me address that what MZ said. I ain't the biggest gambler these days anyway, but I definitely wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna bet on somebody where I got on a straight up, you know, just say if I'm picking them by the win, I gotta put up more money than I'll get back. You know what I'm saying, on the bet. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, yeah, I could bet on a prop, you know what I'm saying, a bet on the result. But no, I ain't doing that either because, like, you know, it's too close to fight. I mean, regardless of what I say about my prediction, I'm not foolish. I know these guys. I really look at these guys as 2 of the best in the world. So there's a plethora of outcomes, you know what I'm saying, that could happen in this fight. You know, either one of these guys could go out and get an early win. It could go to distance. It could be a draw. It could be a late stoppage. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know, anything. So I mean, no, it ain't. Like Trey X said, it's not the fight to just get all excited about going out there trying to win some money. When there's other fights out there that you can, you know, if you're just looking to make some money, go out there and take some safer bets. I don't really feel like there's no safe bets in this fight at all, to be honest. It's just that if you determine that you're gonna bet on it, then go get you some odds. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is definitely not a fight that you sell to farm. Like if it like a better example, like in the past, we had Joshua Bossy when he fought against Spider Richards. Spider Richards is tough as fucking nails. He done been in there with good fighters such as Dimitri Bivol and shit like that. They had Joshua Bossy at plus 260 to win by decision. That's the type of fight that you want to sell the farm and go out there and make a bet on. But not no fucking Crawford versus Spence. Fuck no. You ain't about to. That's not a come up fight. That's a fight that you just put a little something on it just to make it more interesting and you have fun watching the fight. That's not a fight that you sell the farm and go bet big on that shit, in my opinion, anyway. But I like winning bets. I mean, shit, we've been betting on boxing ever since last May, on the 21st, and we've been winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have not had to make another deposit ever since we started betting. So I know a little something about this shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the way I see it. I don't fuck with them type of fights for a lot of money. I just bet a little something for entertainment if that's what I choose to do.
Apple said, I expect Crawford to win, but if I was gonna bet, I'll throw $10 on the draw. I'll smell it if they go to the card. Eric R said, I'll be in FH comments. I don't know who that is. Like, I'll be creative, ask the fighters questions. We want to know. Like, he asked Fulton if he think he get as much credit as Anoy would if he win. Like in real life, he asked that. Oh, you talking about? Oh, that's fight hype at FH. MZ said, I can't wait till the fight over. And Bud fans finally realize he really is number 2. Seen that fight, yeah? Which one you talking about? Hey, it's been over an hour, y'all. Y'all ready to get up off this mug?
Yeah, I ain't really just trying to talk myself to death because I already know what we got to put down on Saturday. We're going to be in this motherfucker talking like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we can go ahead and shut it down.
Man. D-Lo, you want to go first?
Look out, D-Lo, you want to go first?
We shut it down. Sorry, I got a phone call. We shut it down.
Hey, hold up real quick. Hip Hop say Boise versus Dan Aziz. His next move, he said, I heard for the fight. Boise gotta get them breaks. Gotta get them breaks on. He said he ain't lived up to the hype despite undefeated record. Apollo said, who was the panel picking Inoue or Fulton? Me and Trey got Fulton. Well, who you got, D-Lo?
You got Fulton too.
Yeah, I got Fulton by a majority.
All of us got Fulton.
Yep. We definitely will see.
Go ahead,
But that Boise versus Aziz fight is definitely a fight to look forward to. That's a fight that people ain't gonna be talking about a lot, but that's definitely a high level fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. But go ahead, D-Lo.
I just want to say one more thing since you brought that up. Made me think about another fighter. I may have missed it because you know we don't talk about him a lot. But that M Billy,
Yeah.
I
Billy.
right. I can't wait to see the guy fight again. I was very impressed, and then also my guy out there in Scotland. What's his name? Cordina.
Joe Cordina. I thought you were from the UK.
Not Scotland. I mean, I think he's from Scotland or Ireland or something like that. Countries in the UK. I don't think he's from England, but and I could be wrong. But yeah, Cordina. I think he you know what I'm saying. I was very impressed with his last fight as well. I can't wait to see him again too. Just kind of trying to spread the word on some of these fighters that a lot of people don't get to hear much about. You know what I'm saying, because they ain't over here. But yeah, as far as you know what I'm saying, the show, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I enjoyed it from the chat before I got on. I hope, you know what I'm saying, I hope the show still was entertaining. Once I added my take to it, and good to chop it over El Fenice. It's been a while. I just want to, put this out there to y'all out there in the chat, anybody that hit us on replay. Y'all support these fighters, man. We begged for this fight for so long. We campaigned for it. We done helped build it. We done talked it up for all these years, kept it relevant, even when it looked like it wasn't gonna happen. Let's support these guys. Go out there, buy the fight if you can buy it. If you can go out there and watch it, go watch it, whatever. But let's give back to the sport so that maybe we can get more of these fights that we want to see. I mean, look at that. What we get with Inoue and Fulton. All you had to do is pay a subscription. You ain't got to pay no extra money to get that fight. So in a way, it's almost like we getting a little bonus. So let's make sure we support this fight so we continue to get more fights like this. And let's show these fighters that we appreciate them putting their O's on the line against each other for our sake.
Right. Hey, don't Trey, you want to read the last few questions before you go, please?
Oh yeah, I looked it up, D-Lo. Joe Cordina is from Cardiff, Wales, United Kingdom.
Wales, that's what it was. Wales. That's the one I forgot about. Yeah, Wales. Hey, them Welsh fighters a little different.
Oh yeah, and you talked about Christian and Billy shit. I like giving credit to them tough motherfuckers like Carlos Gongora, the dude that he fought in his last fight. Man, that dude was getting hit with
Yeah, I want to
everything but
see.
the kitchen sink and
Hey, I
didn't
want to
go
see him
nowhere.
again too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
and I
go
think he done
nowhere.
fought. He done fought since then, ain't he?
I don't
I
know, but I
don't know,
know he
but
tough as a motherfucker.
I enjoyed that fight.
Where you was at in the chat, bro? You want me to finish up?
Hip hop number one say salute to the corner. Enjoy the live. Enjoy the fight. In the morning. Peace. Stay healthy. Most definitely. He also said, yeah, looking forward to that fight to see who comes through the other side with the win. Otis the Great said,
Oh yeah, I see you. I see where. Yeah, you said, do y'all think Ford can stop Inouye? No, I don't personally think so because Inouye showed me so much toughness when he fought against Nonito Donaire, and Donaire has a pretty good punch. Fulton does not have the highest knockout percentage, so I definitely lean towards Fulton by decision if he is to win. And I also feel like Fulton has showed enough where he probably ain't gonna get stopped either because he done went out there and went to war. Like when he fought against Brandon Figueroa, I think that's evidence that he can last the full 12 rounds. Haplotype says salute to the Kona fun week of boxing to all, absolutely. Hip hop number one said the motherfucker come from Wales. Excuse me. Eric R. Appreciate that super chat from my boy Napoleon, man, all day long. Square business.
appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Eric R said Trex might lose his fight on this on this fight. Voice box plus 231 favorite. I guess you're saying I might lose my voice or something. I don't know. A lot of the time Crawford really don't just have like a straight come forward and make a war type of style all the time. He really got more like a complex type of styles. So that's really not the type of fight that I'll lose my voice, but we'll see though. Pecos Bill said, I can't wait till Saturday. Great show. Definitely appreciate you, OG. Hip hop number one said, Scott is taking L's everywhere. Yeah, where's that motherfucker Lee McGregor from? He went out there and fucked our money off this past weekend. I had everybody take him to win straight up, and he went out there and got his ass whooped by a Latino fighter. I don't know what's going on with them Latinos, but they've been coming across that pond and whooping y'all ass over there in the UK and Scotland and all that shit. Square business. Big Boys Boxing said Cordina is Welsh. Pecos Bill said he like Cool Boy in the fight. Haplotype said I can't call it. Feel like it would either be a brutal knockout by Nui or a textbook outboxing lesson from Fulton. Me personally, I don't see a knockout by either guy, but you never know though. Nui definitely does have the power. Eric R said, my fault. I mean, Trace might lose his voice in excitement. I got you. Haplotype said, you guys aren't calling the Fulton fight. That shit is going to be in Japan, bro, in the middle of the week. You know what I'm saying? We call fights on Saturday. Gil Cole says support the fight and support the corner. Definitely appreciate you, brother. Eric R said, I'm hoping they do well over 979K. I'm with you. Big Boys Boxing say peace. Peace to you. Hip Hop number one said, yeah, it was a great live. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming through, bro. And appreciate the membership and all that shit, man. Salute to our members. Eric R say Inouye. I guess you saying he said Inouye. I watched some more of his fights. His feet, he's fast as fuck, but he's a man, not a monster. Yeah, he ain't no goddamn cyborg, man. But we gonna see. You're a pretty good fighter. I just have seen a man to get out boxed by Giovanni Vasha from Cuba twice, and I know that he got a slick type of boxing in front of him in this fight right here, and he got a naturally bigger man. So that's what I'm looking forward to being an advantage in the fight. But definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all come through and check the fight out with us this coming up weekend. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. I would say bring your competitive nature and bring your excitement, but leave your feelings at home. I ain't it's these two fighters going against each other. I ain't trying to have us all going against each other. Hell, we all friends. We've been watching fights forever. Let's not come in here and be sensitive and motherfuckers want to start crying and all that kind of shit. We don't need all that energy. Let's just have fun with it and enjoy the fight because this is the fight that we've been wanting for years and we finally getting it. You know what I'm saying? So let's have fun with this shit. But definitely appreciate everybody coming through. And shit, come fuck with us on Saturday.
Most definitely, you already know, man. It's always love, always respect, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, sharing y'all opinions. Y'all already know it's always respected over here, even if you don't agree. shit, man. Saturday is going down, man. We here. You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, we gonna be serving or we gonna get served. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love and respect, man. We're gonna have some fun and enjoy what we ask for. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. Fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Yeah.
Peace.